My name is Laury Saldana, and I'm the owner of There Should Always Be Cake in Bronx, New York. I remember that as a little girl, I enjoyed making desserts, and I found myself making box cake from the supermarket and volunteering to bring desserts to my family reunions. And it really never hit me until I was an adult that this is really what I wanted to do. So I started watching people make cakes on TV, and it sort of made me curious about it. So I decided to go to culinary school, and then here I am.
Or do you think you have a signature style? I think you do.
I think I do, but I might not know what it is. Maybe that's the first time somebody has asked me that.
Yeah. Do you get so? I feel like you have a very like your style is very like whimsical. You have like the airbrushing that you do, which I think is specific to you. I noticed on all of your cakes you kind of put like a brown, but which is actually me and Rose were talking about it, which is something that you would never think to do. Like you wouldn't think to airbrush the cake in brown, but it makes it look so amazing.
I would say then that my style is a whimsical style with a vintage kind of flair.
Yeah. Okay. I would say that's for sure.
I always dreamed of opening up a bakery, and it was sort of easy because I prepared myself beforehand. I was working from home, and I guess that sort of prepared me for the challenge. So when I moved into my vacant space, I was pretty much ready for it. So I would say that, yeah, it was kind of easy.
So do you always feel like baking cakes? You do? You always feel like
Yes.
That's awesome. So, okay, so tell me about it. Like, is it just something you're just so passionate about? Or?
Well, let me take that back. I wouldn't say that I always feel like making cakes. There are days that I'm tired, or that something sort of shocks me or doesn't motivate me, like a certain character or a certain theme that we need to build a cake around up. But I don't know. I guess if it's a carved cake, like, I don't know, you just start carving and then you just sort of get into it, and next thing you know, you're excited and you get it done and it looks great and you're done. So that's pretty much how I work. So my biggest cake whoops was when I had a cake collapse in my car. I was transporting a cake and it was stacked, so it was a 4-tier cake, and I got to the place where I was going at least 5 minutes before the time I was supposed to be there. And once I was ready to get out of the parkway, I had to stop suddenly, and I pressed the brakes, and then the cake just fell. Like, I just saw it in my rear mirror, and I panicked. I was crying. I let go of the steering wheel. My husband was with me, and he was freaking out because I wasn't holding the steering wheel. And once I saw it collapse, I just called the client and I let them know that I had a little accident, and then I just had to turn back around, bring it back to the shop. We had to take all of the fondant off. We had to re-buttercream the cake, and it looked a little different than the original design. The original design had quilting, and we had to do just plain fondant on it. But we arrived like 3 hours late, but it was okay because the party, it started late as well. So when we got there, everybody was happy. The little girl whose first communion they were celebrating saw the cake. She was psyched about it, and everything was cool. But yeah, do not transfer cake stacked. Like me?
Yeah, like if you could talk to your this is a little weird. If you could talk to your beginner cake self, what piece of advice would you give that person?
If I had myself in front of me back then when I started, I would probably tell myself to start earlier, because this is like the best thing I've ever done, and I just feel like I started a little late, and I should have started earlier, just so that I don't know, I could enjoy it more and longer. So that's pretty much what I would tell myself.
That brings me to one last question I forgot about.
Oh, I was a flight attendant, which I still am.
Yeah. You're like, I still do that. Yeah. That's okay.
So before I started making cakes, I was a flight attendant, and I actually am still a flight attendant, a part-time flight attendant. So I fly once a week, and I go to the Caribbean and back, and then I'm here Monday, or actually Tuesday through Saturday, making cakes.
Okay, good. B, just tell us your name and what your business is and where you're based from and all that.
Okay.
Laury, Saldana. No.
Okay.